Good morning, viewers, and welcome back. This should currently be Monday the 20th of May. Yes, Monday the 20th of May. I'm saying that a little bit hesitantly, not because I'm a time traveler lost in time, it's because I'm recording this last week. So you're watching this from the past, as you're probably watching almost everything. I'm doing this so I can try and maintain a rigid Monday, Wednesday, Friday video release schedule to make everything nice and predictable and steady. My time is very irregular, so sometimes I'll have time to make 5 videos a day and sometimes I won't have time to make videos for a week, and this way I can provide a steady stream nonetheless. Should I have a massive backlog at some point, there will be bonus videos, of course. So this is game 10 of the Platinum Newbie, and I'm still trying to get my Forge Fast Expand build down. As we can see, I'm fighting against Christopher. I wrote it in a little bit of an interesting way, but I'm just going to call him Chris. And Chris is going to be playing as Zerg, as we can see to the drone and overlords here. And Zerg are my far and about the most common enemies I face, and I've been having a little bit of trouble with the Forge Fast Expand build, which I hear is quite good against Zerg that try a 15 hatch or something like that. So I've determined to try and get that build down good, so that I can use it to conquer all these Zergs. So I'm going to be scouting here, and I see no spawning pool, so no crazy 6-pool shenanigans or anything like that. So I can go ahead. Here's this drone. Can go ahead with the Forge Fast Expand build, and I'm gonna try and block the hatchery, but I'm just not just too late. I can't block his hatchery. So doing the Forge Fast Expand build here, throwing down the forge on 14, and after that I'm going to be building a pylon here, and I'm thinking if there's still not going to be a spawning pool here, which I'm going to send the probe to scout now, I can put the cannon next to it and mess him up real good. So the pylon finishes, as does the forge, and I've not scouted the spawning pool, so I'm going to go ahead and put a photon cannon here to mess up his day. All he can do is pull off drones to go and here my defense drone gets pulled off the line by accident, but this is going to be worse for him. It's not going to be a nice time. All he can do is really pull drones off the line, as he is doing here. This will shut down the cannon, but there's 5 drones here that are not mining, and 6 even. So I count that as a definite win. I do think I managed to cancel this pylon of this in time. I don't know, does that mean it's cancelled? I think it does. So I did manage to cancel that. I lose a little bit of resources, but not a lot, and I'm losing the pylon here. Unfortunately, did not manage to have the hatchery cancel, but I did cost him a fair amount of mining time. Probably more than the 100 of this pylon and about 25 the cannon cost. In the meantime here, the nexus going down and the gateway. No weird delays this time, not having gas yet, but I don't really need it yet, so I can focus on getting this build down. Notice that the wall-in is still not perfect. It's quite hard to do on this map. It's at an angle, and the buildings don't want to they don't want to match up properly, so to make it a good neat wall off. So I'm not sure if there's a better way to do it on this map. For now, this will have to suffice. Sending in another probe to scout, keep tabs on him, what's he doing, and he sees that there are circlings, so he does have a spawning pool, and now he is capable of making combat units. I tried to get the probe back, don't manage it, it dies. So, this being the 10th game, and I have me having racked up a couple of losses, I'm now in Silver League. I was in Silver League already, so I think that answers the question I posed in one of the first games, is do I belong in the Platinum League? Probably not. I want to remain optimistic though and say not yet. So I'm going to make my objective of this series for now is to get back into the Platinum League and learn a lot of builds and improve while I play, which is really fun to do. Playing the game is fun, but going back and making these videos and analyzing it and hearing comments from you internet people is quite fun, and I like that. So if you see something dumb I do, don't hesitate to comment on it. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I'll try to do it better next time. Which is, after all, one of the big points of the game, is to play it, improve, and have fun, which is what I'm doing in spades at the moment. So here, getting a zealot out, and I think there should be a cybernetics core. Yes, no, this is a second gateway. Cybernetics core's already done. Look, I'm so much better than my last time. Chronoing the warp gate research, because warp gate is really good to have. And now there's the question, after this Forge Fast Expand, what can you do? The answer is almost anything, because you can just throw down lots of gateways and go into gateway pressure, or you can do stargates, which is in fact what I'm going to do here, or you can go a Robo build, you can go Templar. Almost all the tech switches are available to you, especially if you manage to delay the Zerg a little bit, so you have a little bit of breathing room as well. In this game I'm going to go Stargate, partly because I've not played with it so much yet, and also because I'm a little bit afraid of Mutalisk. They're just so good against Protoss, so I figure Stargate play can be very effective, and if I go that way I automatically shut down one of my most feared moves by the Zerg, which is Mass Muta. So that's the plan I'm operating on at this point. In this game I'm doing a lot better on my scouting. I'm not really scouting at set timings yet. I don't know them, and I feel it's not really effective in the Silver League or even the Gold and Platinum Leagues, because your opponents can't be counted on to follow minute precise builds. So whereas the pros can scout for a gas or an expansion somewhere and know what's up, you really can't trust on those kind of reads in the lower leagues. So I'm just gonna scout often. I did see a couple of Zerglings moving out, and I scout his third base here, which for now I can't really do much about, but I know it's there. Oh, here come the Zerglings, and if I rewind that a bit, you can see where it went wrong, or it didn't really went wrong, but I thought these units here were a tight seal, but they are not. As you saw already a little bit, the Zerglings, they can just run right on by. Fortunately, the Stalkers and the Cannon do manage to pick a few of them off. He does scout all my attack. He knows I'm going Stargate, but there's now 4 Zerglings in my minerals, and the probes and Mothership Core manages to dispatch that quite easily. If you look at the units lost, I'm now at 400, which includes 3 probes here, so I lost 2 or 3 probes, I think, which isn't good, but it's not a disaster. Anyway, get the Mothership Core out for, of course, the valuable Planetary Nexus and a recall, which I still want to use sometime. I haven't ever successfully used a recall yet, whereas I have had opportunities to. Getting another Stargate out, going for the dual Stargate, and supported by a few gateway units. And I think at this point here's the second Stargate. And am I already getting I'm not getting air upgrades yet. I should. I'm not getting supply blocked. Here I'm at 65 of 68, so I think I will get supply blocked in a bit, but overall I'm doing well on the pylons. And here again goes a scouting drone, scouting probe, which is not so much a scouting probe. I said that wrong. He's going to put a pylon here, and I'm going to be using it to warp in some zealots to poke at this third, while I'm going to try and push up the front. That's my plan anyway. So here's the Stargate pushing out the Void Rays. Void Rays are a good unit all around. They hold their own against Hydras, and well, if your opponent isn't prepared for them, they can just mess up their day really good. So I like that. I like messing up Zerg's day. Poor Chris, he's gonna have a bad time. Here comes my second cybernetics core for those air upgrades. By now I've decided I'm going heavy on the air. So what I know from him now is actually not enough. I know he's got 3 bases, I know he sent some Zerglings, but what kind of tech he has, what kind of units he has, what he's doing, I don't know anything about. I did see at this third base, he didn't have any drones there, so I'm not... Oh, there's units here. Those were just a few more Zerglings. He does again scout my... Oh, and here we go. Some mutas in the back. Fortunately there's only 4 of them, so they don't insta-kill all my probes. I do send them away because I can't warp in Stalkers fast enough, but I have the one Phoenix and he's going to try be a hero Phoenix. And while he's doing his thing, the probe is going to throw down a cannon or 2. The Phoenix just barely makes it out. Okay, let's go follow him, see how he is. Ah, he's dead already. Anyway, at the same time I'm sending 2 Stalkers to 2 rounds of warp-ins from my 2 gateways here to poke at his third. They're not going to be terribly cost effective, they're just going to be lost. But they do distract him, cause him to send some Mutalisks here and let up on this. To be honest, I did not micro this at all. I was focusing here to defend the base and make a cannon or 2 and have these Phoenix be dispatched. Anyway, I think I did kill a queen here, and at least I hope I scared him. Poor Chris. So at this point in the game I'm feeling quite good. I've got my air going up, I've got my upgrades going steadily, I've got 1-1 air almost on the way, and I think these are probes transferring or something. And I, well, sort of successfully dealt with his Muta harass. I know what he's doing, I know approximately his army size, I know he's got a little bit of Hydra, a little bit of Zerglings, and he's going Muta. So I have a good idea of what he's doing, warping in more Zealots here, and I'm just gonna keep on making some Phoenix, going a little bit heavier on the Phoenix because of the Mutalisks, and focus on, well, not focus on, but add some gateway units just as the cooldowns on my 1, 2, 3 gateways finish. Here goes the Fleet Beacon for the Phoenix range upgrade, and I notice I also now have the ability to make the Tempest and the Carrier. Here comes the Scouting Overlord, which will be hurt by the cannon, and again, this is really good for him. He scouts everything I have, so he knows I've got the Fleet Beacon up, and he knows I've got the dual cybernetics core, and this basically will tell him, if he's thinking, that there is sky toss going on. There's lots of air, and so now I know he scouted it, so I reason now is the time to make it count. If I'm going to make something happen, it's going to be now. So, because we're in a replay, we can see our opponent's supply, and we can see he's got a massive lead over us. Also in money, he's just far and above ahead. I had no idea about this in the game. I was feeling good, I was feeling confident. So here go my Mutas. My Phoenix managed to kill off a few of his Mutas, and here in the center my army is doing the rest. So I was hoping to distract him here, maybe kill an Overlord or two. Here I'm expanding, putting a third base on the back of this two-pronged attack, and here I see his army. It's got Hydras in it, but not a whole lot of them, so these guys are gonna retreat, and hopefully I can make this expansion. Here goes the Zerglings and Overlord. This army is currently not being contested so much, but I know the Hydras I saw over there are gonna go swing down, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they can they're on the move command. They moved very close. I'm not sure that's a good move, and we can see just that the Void Rays with the damage upgrade are quite strong, even with the Stalkers underneath them. They're doing well. This is not enough of an army left to kill him off outright, but I feel I've got him. I have to have him worried right now. There's Mutas coming out, but I've got some Phoenix here. Please go over there and kill the Mutalisks. And I managed to take out this third base. This really is the first of my series of games against Zerg where I feel actually like I'm accomplishing something, like I'm doing something, like I'm not just fighting for survival in life. I'm in the game. My Void Rays are holding their own against the Mutalisks. I've got some Zealots on the ground. Unfortunately, I have some idle Phoenix here. They could have done really well against the Mutalisks there. And I'm just gonna go clean up this third. I don't know if I see that drone transfer to a possible fourth here. But I have my army, it's not been routed, and he's just sending reinforcements into me. Putting some time warps down, and as we see, the supply gap has lessened considerably. He does have a massive amount of money in the bank, so do I, but to a lower extent. Of course, you should always try to keep your macro up while fighting, but I was fighting on a double front and expanding at the same time, so I don't blame myself that much, but it's always better to be better, so keep your macro up while attacking. Just have your production buildings on a hotkey and keep building stuff. So here's some Mutas now in my third, making a bad time. I don't know why he retreats. He could have just killed those Stalkers. But here come my hero Phoenix, and I've got two 1 air upgrades at the moment, which really help out. And I'm not sure if this was the best move, to move back here to try and consolidate the third. Maybe it's because of the traumas from another game where this third was taken out like 10 times in one game. I really want to keep it now, especially as these minerals are almost mined out, and I do need my income. I do need to keep up my income. One thing I was worrying about a little bit is that my Stalkers are at 0-0. I'm not taking any ground upgrades, but I won't either. I decided not to do it and focus more on air. I think that could have been a mistake. I have a lot of money. I could have popped at least a +1 or a +2 in there, and that would have helped tremendously. I'm finally researching the range for the Phoenix now. I forgot about that when I built the... well, this base here is going to be cancelled, obviously. And here we get some Mutas again. Well, at this point, he can't really muster enough Mutas to be a problem. I've got Phoenix, I've got Stalkers, and I've got Void Rays. Everything but 3 Zealots can shoot up, and shoot up quite effectively. Void Rays with 2 weapon upgrades, Phoenix with 2 weapon upgrades, quite a lot of Stalkers, and well, here these Phoenix, they're just so fast. They managed to. He's got two upgrades, two weapon upgrades as well. But my Phoenix, I should move them around. But well, I'm not so pro yet. At least I know what I should be doing. Here I'm pretending to attack. No, this is an actual attack. I'm preventing his third again, and does he manage to cancel it? And here comes a lot of Hydralisks, and I thought at this point this army is lost for sure. But Void Rays are just really, really good, and although they do lose, they do take out quite a few of the Hydralisks. And this warping is probably a mistake. They're going to retreat as well. So it's not so much a mistake, just risky play. They're not going to defend it. So at this point, I'm on the ropes again. He managed to kill off my my predominantly air army, and now I've got. Let's look at the unit tab. I've got 8 Zealots, a Stalker, a Void Ray, and 5 Phoenix. That's not going to do so well against a lot of Hydras. So I'm going to attempt a tech switch, while at the same time I'm just going to scramble and make Stalkers and get this into this looking. Oh, the language is so hard. I'm going to try and get this into some shape, this army, try and have something. I'm going to make the Phoenix lift up the Hydralisks, because they can't really do anything else, and at least it's one less Hydra fighting. The Zealots here holding the line pretty well, more Hydras being lifted up, while the Stalkers do their thing. These Phoenix here are just about preventing DPS at the moment, and these Hydras are being cleaned up just. And as you see, Chris, my Zerg opponent, still has about 20 supply advantage at the moment. It's less than it was earlier in the game, but I'm not feeling as confident anymore. Sure, I managed to kill his third twice. We traded armies a few times. Let's look at the units lost tab. Actually, I've been really effective, which means that, look at that, it's 11k units lost for me, and it's 17, almost 18k units lost for him. That he's still posing a big threat to me means he's out macroing me by a fair margin. And if you look at his money, he's got such a massive trust fund that is actually going on. And I of course have mined out this base, and this base is close to being mined out, so I'm now double expanding. Not so much as a greedy play, but more as an insurance, because I think he's gonna have Mutas or Hydras or some other fast units. I had some money in the bank, so I better take 2 expansions, and I hope one of them will make it. I'm not sure if that's a good tactic, but there's no easy expansions to go from these 3 bases, so I'm going to take 2 that are far away from each other, and I hope I can, in the event of an attack, I can save 1. Doing some scouting here with a Phoenix. I don't know what his probe is also going. That might have been a mistake. And I can see he has got a lot of bases. This worries me, of course, because it means he's got lots of income, or at least income potential, but it also presents interesting targets of opportunity. So I'm going to be sending my army down to the lower right of the map, and in the process protecting this expansion a bit, because if there's an army showing up here, and here I see a lot of roaches, and this doesn't really worry me, because I've got the Void Rays with 3 2 air upgrades at the moment, and Stalkers which aren't horrible against roaches. So roaches, that's okay, I can deal with them, no worries. Putting the Phoenix here to see an army coming, if it does, to prevent me from being out of position. Yeah, it works. I thought that was a good move of mine. I said roach is not a problem, but there's infestors, there's Hydralisks, and this army is too much for me to deal with. Some guys are going to get away, but most of them are going to be dead. Again, I'm worried. This army is far larger than mine. He's got a 50 supply lead. What I have done to fix it is make Templar and research Psystorm. So they need a little bit more energy, and then I have Psystorms. And as we all know, Psystorms are amazing against Hydralisks. So I'm hoping with the Stalkers, the Void Rays, and the Psystorms, I'll be able to stay in the game, really, because at this point he's got such a army lead over me that I really have to make a good battle happen to stay in the game. Whereas I feel really good about this game because it's just so much better. I played so much better than last games. Still, he's got more bases than me. He's got more units than me. He's got more money than me. But it's not, at least this time, due to big mistakes in play, or I didn't mess up the build. I didn't do a horrible engagement. Here I made some Tempest. This may have been a wow. This 95 damage against massive with 3 upgrades. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Ultralisks to try that against. I managed to catch his army out of position a little bit, attacking my base, but then again my base does suffer wasted storm really. I just had them and wanted to use them, so that's that was a good storm. And this army manages to take out this half of his army, and of course that means there is another half army remaining here. It's not large, but my army is way the hell on the other side of the map, so this base is now in panic mode. Now he's got Zerglings here. I've got 4 cannons, and they won't be able to clean this up, I don't think. Well, they would have been able to clean up the Zerglings, but there's Hydralisks. On this side he's attacking, my army is here defending it, and they're doing a good job. The Tempests, I just got them because I've never had Tempests before, and I managed to repel his attacks, but there's so many on every side that I do lose a lot of probes. I think these drones have 10 kills on the drone. Oh my god. I just completely didn't see that. Here's 2 Hydralisks. These probes probably could have dealt with it, but looking here, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm panicking. So many attacks everywhere, and while I think he managed to do in that 3-4 pronged attack, he managed to take out almost all my probes, and this is just a damn pity that he manages to take out this Nexus here with just 2 or 4 Hydralisks. I could have done a warp in, I could have flown my army over even, I could have done it even with the Phoenix. But as of now I have no secured bases, oh except this one. This one is still mining. But I have a decent army. I say decent army, it's actually a tiny army. My opponent Chris is now 60 supply ahead of me. I did get 2 upgrades for the Stalkers, but my air upgrades are almost maxed out. I'm not getting the last armor upgrade, I must have forgotten about that. It's a mistake as well, I could have gotten it, no sweat. So 2 armor on the Void Rays. Wow, the Tempest range really is long. So how much does it do against buildings? Resonance coil. Oh, the 95 is against air. It's a battlecruiser carrier killer. Oh man, that is interesting. See, I have no idea about these units. They're new for me. So I see this army again, Roach Hydra, and I am doubtful that I can take it out with this. If I land a couple of good storms, I might. Yeah, I could probably take it out. It's not as large as it was in my head when I was playing the game, but I decided to go for a base race here, which, looking at the stats, he's got 10k in the bank, I've got 100, is not that good of a strategy. But I'm afraid if I go back and try to kill his army, he might run away, he might split it up, and I'll spend minutes trying to chase it down, whereas he still has the bases left to make another army. So I'm just gonna go and try and kill him, and hopefully I can do it before he kills me. Now I've got the 2 assimilators here, which I think he's forgotten about, so I'm feeling quite confident that those will be able to save me today. I did save a probe, but I've got 10 minerals in the bank, so it can't really do anything. Here's some units, and this might have cost me the game. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I lose the Templar. They're in the front, and any hope of taking out this army, retreating and getting it, dependent on getting those good storms off. The Templars are full of energy. They could have killed this army single-handedly almost. But here I lose them to some stupid units, and those Templars, they just go in the front because they don't have a normal attack, and when you attack move them, they just move to the front, which is a big mistake. I was planning to do damage here, then go back and kill this army with Templar. Templar are now gone, so well, except this one, and this one even gets killed by a Broodling, damn it. So no Templar, just got some Void Rays and Stalkers, definitely not enough to take out this army. So now I'm relegated to trying to inflict damage, kill his base before he kills mine. At this point it's not looking that horrible, but remember I have not scouted the map. I think we can reveal it at this point. I knew this base existed, and I knew nothing about this, but he actually I'm a lot closer than I thought I was in the game. So is he though. I've got 2 Cybercores left, a Fleet Beacon and a Simulator and a Pylon, and I'm now being revealed. And I'm not that experienced in base races, but basically most of the time I just lose or win, and that's it. And I forgot about the reveal timers, so I thought these ones are hidden, he'll forget about them, but of course they get revealed, as is being displayed now, and well, that makes it easy to find. Let's put it like that. Revealed bases are easy to find. Pro tip of the day. So here I'm killing his simulator. Bam, bam, bam. Lots of probes, a couple of hydras. They stand no chance against my upgraded air army. And oh look, he had his insurance hatchery and enough money to put down 20 more insurance hatcheries. So he kills my last simulator, I think, and that's just you're unceremoniously booted from the game. So I did lose, but I did think it was a good game. I played a lot better than I did previously, and I managed to put some pressure on the Zerg and even kill a bit of his units and bases, and even be cost effective. Especially there in the mid game, I had a 7 or 8k lead in units lost. Well, I had less of them, so I had the reverse lead in units lost. Great. Anyway, I was better at efficiency. In the end, it's evened out a little bit. But all in all, I was happy about this game. I did message the guy after, asking him how much stuff he had left and telling him GG. Obviously, there wasn't time for that while I was lounging in my last simulator. Right, so this was game 10 of the Platinum Newbie. Hopefully I'll be able to get back into that Platinum League sooner or later. For now, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. At 50 subscribers, I'll make a video of the island, going in my car, taping a camera to my head, and telling you a little bit about it while I drive around. And at 100 subscribers, I'm going to make a spearfishing video. That should be hilarious because I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to tape a camera to my spear gun and swim and see if I can hit some fish. That should be fun, I think. So yeah, that's it for this game. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Bye.